you, Mark?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Rich?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to hear some of these answers and get better along with our supporters out here. This is quite the ride.
Well, they never seem to have an unlimited amount of questions, and they all have their own nuance to it. Let's get started.
Man, bowling is such a detail-oriented sport that I don't think they'll ever run out of questions, to be honest. And I love how we've been able to continue educating everyone that supports this channel in a way that we all are learning together. I feel like we're all like in a summer course.
It's a whole new thing for me because I'm just being an older guy, 64, 65 in March. So YouTube is not something I do much of.
Yeah.
So it's what's amazing to me is not only the people that grew up with me or my age people. It's all the people that have less than say 5 years experience of bowling, all the way down to people taking lessons now. They've been bowling for less than 6 months. They're just new to it because of YouTube. They found our channel. Obviously, they're taking a lesson from me. They like the way I talk. But it's a whole new world of people I'm talking to that aren't the people that from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Used to talking to.
Right. Oh, Mark Roth or Earl Anthony. They're going, who's that? Like I said before, Jason Momani. Yeah, I'm two-handed. I've heard of that name. I'm not sure who he is. So that's how new these players are. But they don't deserve any less respect. They don't deserve any less information. And it's our job, bowlers that get better don't quit. That's been my premise my entire coaching career. We're just using a different media outlet to help more bowlers across the world.
Bigger audience. And, how does it feel having people that come into lessons knowing that they've spent so much time watching you before they
It feels weird. So it happened last week. I'm giving a great guy from Baltimore came in, took a couple days of lessons, Trent. That was a pleasure. They can quote me back to me. That's always a little trippy.
You're almost like a movie star now.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You're almost there.
Yeah, I don't live in. Yeah, you know the difference in the movie stars. I don't live in Bel Air. I don't have to worry about. Yeah, I'm not living in Bel Air. So,
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Good luck. So, but it's amazing how many people I see, or I'll be at Winnetka, or I go to surf, or my son bowls a tournament. And somebody will walk up and just start in on, the video with Stephen Baker. I'm like, that's kind of how I talk. And it's very, so obviously when they watch, they're 100% focused. They're using themselves for help to get better. So I'm not sure what to say. I guess, thank you. I'm happy. I'm hopefully you still like it. We really are trying to help the most people possible. And we're trying to have fun doing it.
Absolutely, and I've been having a blast, so we appreciate you. I'm speaking on behalf of the entire crew. Let's dive into these questions, man.
Let's do it.
As a one-hand, no-thumb bowler, for my walk-up, are all of my steps supposed to be the same pace, or do my steps need to be faster in order to stay in front of the ball?
Correct.
I find it hard to control my arm during the swing if I move my feet too fast.
Well, at some point, especially being two-finger, no-thumb, because you're restricted by the length of your backswing.
Yep.
So, and you have to get your legs ahead of your swing to get to timing, and you got to get that right leg to be your power source. So if you typically people take 5 steps. The first 2, the cadence would be 1, 2, 3, 4 slide. That third step is critical to have a little momentum. That's what swings your arm back. If your feet are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your arm's going to stop. Then you have to create the backswing.
Yep.
But if you create the backswing, then conversely, you have to create the downswing. Ball gets away from your ankle, add rotation too soon, elbow gets on the outside, you can't hit a target. I'm not saying your feet have to be fast, but your foot speed always has to be slightly greater than your swing speed.
You just had a light bulb moment for me. That's part of the reason why my timing gets off.
You rip it back.
You were telling me.
You try to because when people focus on their release so much, once you think about your hand too much, then you think about your hand does a lot of work. Guys like me think that's not quite right, because if you ask the best bowlers in the world, when you throw your best shots, how much do you feel your hand? We all say the same thing. We don't.
It disappears.
So I don't think about my hand ever. The only time I feel my hand is when I throw it bad. I never feel my hand when I throw it good.
That's why I'd be so pissed off, because I'm
so
like, all I can think about is my damn hand. Why is my hand?
No, and the hand gets the bad part for the hand. We talked about those movies, the feels. On the way back from the foul line, you can see bowlers doing their hand, shaking their head, and they're just so mad at their hand for failing on the delivery. And the legs and the breastplate and the hips are going, man, we were the cause of it. Hand gets a blame for everything. So
like
no matter what
quarterback.
hand, the hand goes to jail and we get away scot-free. I've never, ever thrown a shot in my bowling career. My timing was good. My balance was good. My accuracy was good. And my hand just didn't do its job. I just whiffed that because I whipped it. No. My hand never failed me one shot in my life. It just did its thing. But that's why it's hard for me to, some of the drills, they just focus on the hand so much. Conversely, when people throw it good, they don't feel their hand. So you're trying to create feel where the feel should be somewhere else.
It's really interesting because I feel like just thinking about it.
If you think about your hand, your feet will get slow.
I'm laughing just thinking about the actual physical aspect of it. It would be pretty hard, and you'd have to be pretty damn strong to manipulate the ball that much with just your wrists, 15 pounds, all hand. You know,
So
it's
if
like
that was
your
the
legs
case,
have to be.
then all the best bowlers in the world would be my size or bigger.
That's what I'm saying.
But as you see, the guys my size or bigger, there's few and far between.
Yeah, I'm like,
I mean, the
even
two
just
best
logically.
big bowlers of all time would be Wes Malott and Steve Cook. The two guys over 6'5" that are big dudes. Wes Malott, Steve Cook.
Yeah.
I don't know who's next. You know, I mean, maybe
McCune.
Ron Palombi.
McCune.
Ron Palombi was a good sized dude. He was really super athletic. Steel fingers, we called him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure back in the day there were some guys bigger that I don't know about. But for the guys from the 80s on, the two best bowlers that are big would be Malott and Steve Cook.
Yeah.
So the best bowlers tend to be built more like Pete.
Yeah, which is
You know,
crazy.
E.J. Tackett. Jason would be considered a big guy. He's 5'10", I think. Where Barnes and like a Dave Houston are considered tall, 6'2".
Really know how to use
Mika's
their
very
bodies.
tall, but Mika's very thin. Mika was obviously one of the best bowlers of all time. So there's some people in there, but not big guys. So they're just trying to think about your hand. Most of the best bowlers tend to have the forearms the same size
Yeah.
because they're not thinking about their hand and their wrist. They're thinking about having a swing.
Yep.
Where if you have the guys with the two longest careers with no injuries would be Parker and Pete.
Yeah.
So neither one's very big. They're both slight. Neither one has, an oversized forearm to the other. So they have perfect swings. They have perfect balance, and they bowl good for 40 years. That's a hard thing to do.
That's what you guys out there say you want to do. Quit trying to overpower the ball. It's not working.
Power's a cool thing, but it happens in a very specific part of the lane. You got to control the first 45 feet to make the last 15 feet magic.
And it don't come from here.
No, the best bowler in the world's proved that. E.J. Tackett. Plenty of rev rate. Not the biggest guy I've ever coached.
He's definitely not.
But man, is he talented.
Yeah. Okay, next question. I'm trying to figure out my approach. I'm right-handed, but my left foot is partially paralyzed.
Okay.
So right now, I take 3 steps to try and plant my foot quickly, my bad foot quickly. They're considering the paralyzed foot the bad foot. Is there a good way to limit steps and keep consistent throws?
First thing I would do, because I do work with a lot of bowlers with a lot of issues. It's very common. I have pain here. This is my situation. A couple bowlers that have come in with that with one leg much stronger than the other, I end up getting them to slide on the wrong foot.
Wow.
Because the right leg, if your left leg's slightly paralyzed, that's what he said, right?
Yep.
So the right leg's going to be much stronger. And because of in every day in life, the right leg's taking up for the left leg,
It's
not
using most of the strength.
so the right leg's stronger. So it's not right or wrong. So in that case, I would watch it. If I saw that the balance, because the left leg just couldn't do its job well enough, I might teach the bowler to bowl on the wrong foot.
And slide on the right foot and
Throw the ball with the right foot. Yeah,
Still
a guy named a kid named Singer that bowls in Orange County, 230 average bowler for 30 years.
Wow.
I mean, it's not common, but I have to take what's going on
into
with every
consideration.
individual specifically to them. I would try, because it's paralyzed and it's not as strong and you're struggling to balance yourself and have the right steps and get it in front of you, but it's not strong enough to hold up your body, I could easily teach you to slide on the wrong foot, have more balance, more power, more speed. It might look a little different, but
It's more
the bottom
consistent.
line is, hey man, what'd you shoot tonight? I shot 640. I noticed you slide on the other foot. Yeah, here's the reason why. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The whole conversation. Once you start 200, they don't care what foot you slide with.
You damn right about that.
So that would be the first thing I would do. I'd have to measure how much of the left foot is a deterrent to them. And if I got the right leg it's been built up stronger because of everyday life, maybe that's the way to go about doing it to make it a much easier than trying to make that left leg work because it's supposed to be the slide foot.
Yeah.
That's what I would look at first.
Okay, sounds good. Great answer. What does Coach Mark mean when knee flex, or let me go back. What does Coach Mark mean knee flex as opposed to knee bend?
Knee bend, people trying to get down. They try to get low. I think you should have enough knee flex where your leg's not dead straight, but I don't think your left knee when it bends should be past your toe. It's more about, because that way you can get where your hips stay fairly level.
Yeah.
You know, I did the video with Chris Prather. One of the beautiful things about Chris Prather's game is from his pivot step through his slide, he stays dead level. So when
He's
your
almost
pivot
like
step,
militant with that.
well, everybody wants to have a flat spot.
Yeah.
If you're getting lower at release, you can't have a flat spot.
Yeah.
So if your hips stay level from your pivot step through your slide, your swing will bottom out. That's a flat spot. So you have to be able to, so you need to have some knee flex to get the ball on the lane, but a lot of knee bend, I don't, it's not 1970. Now, when I bowled, knee bend was critical.
Yeah.
But what changed?
The balls.
The balls.
Yep.
I had a 3-ounce core. Now they have an 80-ounce core, 5 pounds.
Big difference.
The ball does magic at 45 feet. I was the magic. I made the ball do what it did at 45 feet. The ball just kind of rolled. If you wanted to change direction, you better have some wrist and some forearm and get your legs underneath you and pop on it to see it hook about that much.
Which might make sense why some of the greatest bowlers of all time weren't the biggest, because they didn't have to try to hook the whole damn lane with their
So the game's changed quite a bit. So I think, you know, and then you start going to some of the best bowlers in the world. Yeah. I would always use Bill O'Neill, Jesper, Belmo, Tackett. Not a lot of deep knee bend in that group I just mentioned.
No.
Knee flex.
flexing though.
Because that knee flexes to regulate their head. The knee flexes, the knee point never goes past the front of their toe. That regulates their head. So when the head, that chin and that knee are on the same plane, that makes the ball come off their hand the same place every time. And that's why you see the rev rate so consistent. Yeah. It's not about how hard they hit it, it's about how consistently they hit it from the same place. The release point, that window, I think is very, very important. So that's why I'm not a big believer in a lot of knee bend getting low to get low, because it doesn't, all it creates is, a lot of knee bend getting low just creates slow ball speed and early roll. Everybody talks about the front part of the lane hooking, so. Or another way I could do this to make everybody kind of lose their mind a little bit. So somebody ever walked through the door and said, hey coach, my average is 250. Bowling is boring. I strike too much. They won't let me bowl tournaments, or they won't let me bowl league because I never leave 10 pins. How would you fix me? Add a lot of knee bend. You can leave a lot more flat 10s. Get really, really, really low. I can get your average down. So far, nobody's walked through the door and said that yet, though.
Probably never going.
Never had anybody said they're too good for the sport. So I know that's contrary to everything everybody's been taught, but my job isn't to go along to get along. My job is to make you better. A lot of the bowlers I coach are older, so getting lower at my age, if I decide to come back and you guys keep trying to talk me into doing these ball reviews, these ball reviews for has-beens, perfect name, has-been ball reviews, how to throw it, my wrist is shot and my knees don't work and my ego's still really big, so I want to average 230, but I'm not a third of the athlete I once was.
You want to strike.
I'm going to strike, so how would I do
that?
But if I do come back and you watch my videos from when I bowled on tour in the 80s, for a big guy, I had unbelievably good knee bend.
Yeah.
My legs were strong, played ball.
Basketball
I got
helped.
into it. I got my legs underneath me. Now my knee bend would be minuscule. Not because that's right or wrong, just because I can't. And I wouldn't need to. I'd rather increase my loft.
Exactly. You understand what it's going to take.
So that's a touchy. I get it all the time. The one that I get the touchy one is with some of the dads that coach their daughters, and they're 16 and they walk in to take a lesson and they're covered in KT tape.
Oh yeah.
Their arms shot, their knees are shot, their elbow shot,
Yeah.
and the dad's saying she's not getting low enough. I'm like, well, dude, her knee's scraping the lane. She can't get any lower. Then I ask her, when you're done with the lesson, what happens? If I don't ice up immediately, I can't walk tomorrow. So obviously getting lower is not helping that person.
No.
When you're 16, you shouldn't be wearing KT tape.
No.
You're 16, you're bulletproof, man.
You should.
Your body don't hurt till you hit about 40.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should be able to bowl into your damn arms for like.
So if you're really sore and your knees really hurt, you might be getting too low. And the problem with that is if it's causing pain, sooner or later you will stop doing whatever causes pain.
True that.
So that's what I try to work with. I'm a knee flex, have good balance, that kind of thing. But just to say I need to get lower, it gets the ball in the lane sooner. And what do bowlers complain about? The front's hooked, my ball read the lane earlier, my ball's seeing the front, I can't get my ball through the front. So getting lower makes your ball roll sooner, and you're compounding the issue most bowlers have.
True.
Early hook.
Got you. Okay. Great.
So there's a reason. I'm just not trying to be contrary. Sometimes.
It makes sense though. Next question. As a new bowler, who chooses to start two-handed? I noticed that on my downswing to release, my ball side shoulder stays level with my non-ball side shoulder and never drops below it. Are there solutions for this?
So you're saying your shoulders stay level? And it's two-handed?
Yeah, as a new bowler who chose to start two-handed.
Yeah, sooner or later that left shoulder is going to have to get dipped below to get your left arm back far enough. If your shoulders stay level, my left arm, it's all about how long can you make your opposite arm.
Yep.
It's got to get behind you to be in time, where Belmonte and Simonson are. So if that left shoulder doesn't get lower on the backswing, like I try to get the shoulder to try to go into the chin, that makes the left shoulder lower and the right shoulder higher. Your hands have to get to a certain height. Like when I see them go into their slide, I want to see the peak of that elbow when their foot gets in front of their head. If I see the peak of the elbow for a two-hander, I know they're in time. So that keeping your elbows, keeping your shoulders dead level and turning that way and keeping them level with no spine tilt, I'm not sure that works.
Yeah, doesn't.
I mean, from what I'm interpreting, it may be a completely different thing they're trying to say, but for how I'm reading that, yeah, your left shoulder as a two-hander is going to have to get lower. And on a one-hander, your right shoulder, if you're right-handed, at release will be lower than your right shoulder. Your shoulders can't stay square because that bumps your swing out to the right. If your shoulders are dead square, you're just going to pull the ball every time.
Yeah.
So that's why your right shoulder has to be lower than your left shoulder going in. Trying to get the ball into your head when you throw it. Well, your shoulders can't be level because then your head's square and your hand's on the outside. The ball's outside your head. So my right shoulder drops down. The ball tucks in under my head pretty easy.
Yeah, it'll be a lot straighter. Makes sense. Next question. How do you keep your non-bowling arm quiet throughout the approach? My left arm likes to take over and it creates inconsistencies.
Interesting. I spent years trying to master how to teach the left arm,
I think about that too from time to time.
but I've come up with nothing.
Really?
Well, I just think it can't go forward and it can't go up. So if you go to throw it and your left arm's going forward, I know we don't do this anymore, but if you get in a fist fight, you can't hit with both hands at the same time.
True that.
So if your left hand's going forward at release, or people with their left hand on their leg,
Yeah.
tend not to have much power. And if you go to throw it, if your left arm goes up at release, that'll take your shoulder angle and it'll tilt your shoulders because this goes up, this goes down. That's bad. So there's Parker Bowen and Bill O'Neill. They put it out there, left arm kind of dies.
Yeah, I've realized.
Then you
that
got the Chris
from a
Barnes
balance
and you got
thing.
the swim thing.
swim.
Then you got Roth, Walter Ray, and Dave Husted. They throw it, it looks like their left arm dislocates, it goes far back,
Yeah.
but they don't over-rotate their shoulders.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I can't go forward and it can't go up. I've never thought about my left arm shot in my life. Very hard. If I push it out, I think my left arm's pretty dead. I don't think I whip it back too hard.
Once you become aware of it, you start doing different stuff.
I never
too,
think about it.
which is interesting. I've been in that slump. So for me, I've had so many different things where I'm like, is it my left arm? Like, what am I doing different?
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, your thumb's being up may not be good. A lot of people have their thumb down. Like,
I've
I
realized
guess
that,
I don't know. I'd have to throw a shot. Look at my left arm. I don't think my left arm does anything.
I was gonna say, I feel
Never
like
thought about
for
my
me,
life. I watch bowlers. If their left arm over rotates too soon,
Yeah.
it pops their shoulders. So if you keep your breastplate at the break point, your left arm can't pull back too hard. That's kind of what I do.
And on some shots, I've realized I see that jolt almost on the.
Well, that might
release.
be because that means you're timing or
And
you're
that's the
down.
timing.
You're pulling it down, so your left arm's your counterbalance.
So one things that kind of helps.
Some
is
of
I
those
try to
things I
quiet
actually
it.
have to see.
Yeah, I try to quiet it.
But there
as
is
much
no,
as I can.
this is where your left arm goes because I could
Exactly.
take 50 bowlers that are really, really good.
They're all different.
And I can come up with some different,
Yeah.
there's some different things going on there with that opposite arm.
I start looking at the pros when I think about random stuff like that. I'm like, what do most of them look like? And like you said, I feel like it's just.
You know,
kinda
Barnes
like
has the
it's
little
dying.
swim move. That's
Yeah,
kind of cool.
I noticed
Maybe they
that.
said for a while that became the Wichita State thing. Then Sean
Yeah.
Rash did it.
I feel like it helps
Maybe
your
Rick
balance
Steele
a
Smith
little
did
bit.
it. It sure didn't work. It sure didn't hurt the dudes coming out of Wichita State. I mean, that's basically coming out of Georgia or LSU or Alabama going to the NFL there for a while. They produced a fair amount of guys that could flat out bowl.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they taught there. I'm not sure who started that or what that became. It just became known as a thing. But other bowlers have done really, really well not doing that too.
Yeah, I'd be curious to ask like a handful of pros what they think about.
That's
those
kind of
types
back in the day. I was like kind of asking, what step do you breathe in? Good way to
Yeah,
mess somebody up.
nobody's thinking about that.
No, that's why they ask you that. You can always tell when you came on tour and you had a little bit of game. One of them old timers like, hey, what step do you breathe in? Yeah, you're already
Messing with you.
No, I already know you're worried about me.
Yeah.
You want to come practice us? Why in the world would you want to help me if I don't know what I'm doing and I'm 30th in the world and you're 29th? You help me, then all of a sudden you're lower and I'm higher. I was always leery. Now, when Mark Roth wanted to help me, I was all ears. Earl Anthony said, hey, kid, I think you should do this. All ears. Some dude 30th trying to help me? That didn't make no sense. And I heard a lot of dudes got to go home and them guys helped them too. I stayed away.
I hear that. That's so funny.
That didn't make any sense to me.
Next question. How do you maintain ball speed control? My ball speed fluctuates from shot to shot, and then out of nowhere, I can get a serious spike in ball speed, like 1.5 miles an hour faster.
That's timing.
I think maybe my weight training is interfering a lot with my bowling. Any help or advice in this area can help. I have no idea what I need to focus on.
Yeah, don't work on your traps and don't work on your triceps. Because that just makes you super strong and the ball feels light.
It does.
Right. So then that's where the 70-30 rule comes into play. 70% lower body, 30% upper body. That's why the best, Speed Control, B. Parker, Pete, those kind of guys, Barnes, because they're not super strong upper body. So their lower body is really doing all the work, and it's a swing. If it's a swing, it's not a throw. So if your speed's fluctuating, that means your shoulder's providing some of the power. That tends to mean your feet are slow and your swing's fast.
Feet are slow, swings fast. You hear that?
You know why that doesn't work? Because there's nobody in the Hall of Fame with that criteria.
Nope.
There's no good bowlers with slow feet and a fast swing. Can't name one.
Yeah, you see a lot of them at your
Now,
local
you can see some
alley,
guys
though.
with slow feet and slow swings. I mean, the two best would be Kim Terrell, had fairly slow feet and super slow swing, and then Doug Kent. Really slow feet, super slow swing, could play the entire lane. One of the most versatile, great bowlers of all time.
I feel like mentioning that, I've seen plenty of bowlers in bowling alleys with slow feet and fast swings, but they're
You don't see them on ESPN or Fox or whatever the CW. You don't see them on there much.
and none of them probably have ever thought about that ever.
No, I get it, but but it goes back to what everything's on social media about the power in your arm.
Yeah.
So once that becomes the focus, that's what you're going to think about.
That's what's happening.
When you're pulling a ball back to get power to load up, if you're pulling it back, you literally can't go forward.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, in real life, you can't swing a 15-pound object behind you and walk that way real fast. Now, if it swings back, if you push it out and you walk by it and it swings back slow, I mean, I use Bill O'Neill a lot of my virtual lessons. It's perfect. He just pushes it out and he walks by and his arm just kind of gets to the top without really any trying.
So I have a question. Would it be beneficial, you think, to take a 15-pound dumbbell and practice going through your approach at home and getting used to just it swinging instead of trying to engage your shoulder? Do you think that could be something that could help people?
I think if you can get pretty good at doing it without a ball.
Yeah.
Most people.
But you wouldn't need a 15-pound
No, because sooner or later you're going to grab it and you're going to pull it.
Yeah.
If I have people do their approach without a ball, I'd say 1 out of 100 can do it.
Yeah.
No, I mean something I was pretty good at. I just did it because I played sports. So I wondered, where does it go? So I, like that, but Barnes is really good at it. But most bowlers can't do their approach out of ball because they push it and they just arms back. Their balls and I try to tell them, okay, calm down. There's no ball in your hand for one. But you know why pulling the ball back doesn't work?
I'm not gonna lie. I want to try that really quick. I want to try.
You know why that doesn't work?
Like.
Why does pulling the ball back have no effect on your score?
Because you don't throw the ball. I mean,
there's no pins behind you.
There's no pins behind you. You're not throwing the ball.
So they got more effort going backwards than they do going forward.
It's like golf on your backswing.
Yeah. So people it's watching people do an approach without a ball. If you want to get good at your game, being able to understand where everything goes in all 5 steps.
It's like basketball.
It's walking by it and makes.
Yeah.
When you walk by it, your arm just kind of goes back. That's why almost every lesson I give, I do the approach and I hold your hand without a ball in your hand. I want to see where your effort is. Like, whoa, hey, I weigh 280. You're throwing me into the wall.
Yeah.
That may not be the right idea.
So, as an athlete, we tend to walk around basketball. I'm, doing my form shooting, bowling. People are wondering what I'm doing every now and then when they randomly see me just doing this in the hallway.
So I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first,
All
but
right,
you're planning, so don't.
It doesn't really matter because this is going to look pretty good. There's no pins on it or anything like that. So you start your stance, you hear. I don't pull my arm back.
Yeah.
So my arm's super slow.
That's true.
I just walk by it. So what happens is that my third step has the rhythm to it. So 1, out and 2, you walk by it. Now my ball's here. Yeah. And my body's ahead of it, and I'm in perfect time, and then that's how you throw it.
So I haven't been in perfect time lately. So
let's see what you got.
Let's see how I look with my approach. If this is a bad shot.
Oh, I'll know pretty quick.
Time laughing. All right.
See, you're off. You're going to be off balance.
I knew it was.
Now, that would have been a strike if the pins were in the ceiling. That swing was a little firm going up there, bro. Your head got so far in front of your knees on your upswing.
And this is why I've been bowling the way that I've been bowling.
Do it again.
How funny
now
is
I'm
that?
going to hang on to see where it's really bad. All right, just do the same thing. So, yeah, that was better.
And I stuck it.
Yeah.
I can't stop laughing. Hold on.
Now this time I'm in charge of your
How
swing.
did I know how bad that shot was going to be with no ball?
Oh, that's great. That's what everybody does.
It's a prime example. Okay.
Now I got your arm. I'll put you in time. You go.
Wow. That's crazy. It feels like almost a whole second later.
Yeah, but look how good your body position was. Do it again.
Yeah, because I'm usually early. That's why it makes sense. But it feels late because I'm so used to being early.
No, because your arm wasn't focused. You let me be in charge, right?
Because it's not just, okay, let's go. Wow.
There you go. How good is that position?
Wow.
There you go. Chin's not
Your
past
foot
your
almost
knee.
just wants to drag.
Your back leg will clear if you let it.
Wow.
Now you're on your own.
Man, okay.
Close. Still went up pretty good, but not bad.
Yeah. We're getting closer.
So now do the difference. You stand over here,
Yeah.
and you hold on to my arm.
Okay.
Your left hand on my wrist.
All right.
Your left hand.
Left hand.
Your other left hand.
Okay.
Now, I got my arm. You don't need to help.
All right.
Feel the difference between our swings.
Okay. Okay. I could kind of feel that. It's almost like
I'm walking by it. It's just going to go.
You are walking
I have no
by
idea
it.
how my backswing is.
It's like dropping in a basket.
I'm just walking by it. It's just kind of going where it's going to go.
Yeah, you're letting the momentum kind of do its thing. Okay.
There you go.
Nice. But there's a rhythm to it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel.
Because you're swinging back softer, your legs are all of a sudden moving better.
So
When you pull this up, you can't go forward.
So does a push off help with that?
I think it does.
was
I'm a
gonna
big
say-
believer. I'm a big believer.
I feel your push off a little bit. Like I feel like
Well,
that's more than what I typically do.
So I'm a big believer in the swing set
Okay.
because it's got the word swing in it.
Got you.
So the swing set, the bar is your shoulder.
Right here.
Obviously, two-handers, I use it the most because it's two chains, two ball, the two
Yeah.
chains. What I'm trying to do is just get, when you push it out, people tend to do their push way out of their hand. They're trying to shove their hand. I think your elbow should move your hand 3 to 4 inches out. Now walk by it.
And then you
But
get a
what
chance
happened
to
was, that's why
walk
I'm a big
by.
believer in that second step being tall. Something has to stabilize the shoulder to create a fulcrum. What do most bowlers do? Here. Now the ball's dead. I only have one move. I can pull it back. Now my head's in front.
Ah, that makes total sense. You're losing. Keep dropping this. You're losing a lot of your power when you're.
You're creating a backswing.
Yeah.
So if you're using the power source, you're spending so much energy just to get at the top of your swing.
Yeah.
You're missing all the power at the bottom of your swing.
And you're not gonna have.
If you look at most of the best bowlers, they don't tend to have a lot of knee bend in their stances their first two steps.
Yeah.
They're just getting started. So to me, the first two steps of bowling, you're not really bowling.
Yeah.
You're just walking.
Stabilize that.
And you're
swing
putting
set.
something into a swing.
Yeah.
When you get to the top of your swing, now your hips drop. Now you got timing. Now you use your legs. Now you got to release. Now you hit a target.
You would think I would know this by now.
No bowling
Mark.
goes on here. All the bowling goes on there. So the least amount of stuff. You look at pros. The guys on TV. They're so meticulous. The first two. I mean, they're like almost like glacial how they do it.
Yeah.
Because if I can get started the right way, the odds of me finishing the right way go way up. Most bowlers put themselves out of balance in the first two steps.
It reminds me of the most exaggerated one I could think of, a certain two-finger, no-thumb bowler on tour.
I think he does that to hide his swing.
Yeah, but it gets
Because
it
his
into a
backswing-
swing every time.
So he gets it up there like that. I guarantee you he's getting it in the middle of his palm. Tom Doherty.
yeah.
He was on my my PBA team league for a lot of years, and he was now Tom's super strong, which
Exactly,
helps.
yeah.
He was getting that ball right where he wanted it. Swing got short, got his right leg underneath it. Bowl great.
Never
great
has to
bowler.
worry about his arm getting too fast or too slow. Or
No, he
anything.
can't because the swing was so short because there's no thumb.
So for someone like me, though, it doesn't have to be as exaggerated. But
That was your best one so far.
But getting that momentum.
That time, you're going half speed, there's no ball. You're not
Yeah.
throwing the ball. Most bowlers without a ball in their hand, their swing goes even faster.
Yeah.
Because then they get their ball on the top of their swing too soon.
You can actually control that.
Right, then
and
you're
now
balanced.
it just wants to swing.
Right. So then back to that original question last time we did it about your left foot being stable.
Yep, and it feels so much easier. I'm not trying to change the wind out here. It's like, it makes sense though. And now I'm in time.
You're in time.
I'm in
You
time.
got your legs ahead of your swing.
Yeah.
So your legs and your swing work together to keep your core quiet. That allows you to be accurate. Timing creates accuracy.
And do you think having the ball positioned in front of you or on the side of you?
I'm a big believer in the ball because you're aiming at a target down lane. It's probably third arrow.
Should be straight.
So there's everywhere you bowl, there's a seam on your shirt. I like it where the seam meets your shirt. Put my forearm on that. My push away is always 1 inch inside my target. So now my forearm is dead in line with where I want the ball to go.
Okay.
So when you hold the ball here, in essence, your forearm tells the ball where to go.
Ooh.
So you're aiming there. So now you got to make a. So then you got to make a lateral move in your push away. So you can get it back to perfect. You cannot get it to where you want it, or you can get it too far, which definitely has an effect on where your swing is and behind you.
That makes sense.
You start it here and you walk 3 or 4 boards left. Your swing's going to come up. You're going to get that pivot step to drop in. That's how your swing tucks in. That knee gets in there in time. That drops your hand inside.
Yep. But if it's
there's a lot of things going on to get your hand to work the inside of the ball. It ain't just working your hand inside the ball. There's some other stuff that better be in play.
Yeah, so it's
the hard
like
part's
the
to coach.
top of a golf swing and shallowing it or coming too steep. It's the same thing except
your lower body has to be in charge and your swing has to drop into a slot.
Yeah.
Or you can work on all those drills you want till the cows come home and your hand will not stay behind it if you're not in time.
It almost makes too much sense.
Well, they're going to the fun part and they're skipping the hard part. I live in the hard part.
Yeah.
I make a living in the hard part.
You do, and
I'm not saying what they're saying is wrong.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, everybody wants that. I mean, that's where the ball rolls the best. But there are things that go on before it to make that happen easier.
Yeah.
And the best bowlers that do it don't think about it as much. When you're thinking about keeping your hand on the inside, it tends to hurt your timing and your balance and your consistency.
Man, you would think all of these lessons I've sat through, all of these questions.
No, but it's always a specific question to a specific bowler. It's like there's generalizations and then there's coaching.
Yeah.
That's why doing this is so tricky. Because it's like, you should do, I hear it all the time, well, you should do this. I'm like, well, you don't have the skill set to do that. I'm sorry, what? Well, dude, you're 150. You're going to start telling me about the finger pressures on your downswing?
Yeah.
I know you heard that on a YouTube video. I get that, but you can't hit the one in the front very often.
Let's focus on that.
They go in a certain order. Now, I get bowlers that come in here. I had a very pleasurable lesson a couple weeks ago with Kevin Williams. Super smart, very athletic.
Yeah.
Just had to explain it just a little bit different, and I really didn't do much.
Yeah.
He went, oh, that's how I want it to feel, and I just sat there and said, good shot for a while. I mean, he's super smart, super athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, tour players are a different animal. They have a much better understanding of their body because they bowl so much.
Exactly.
But it was just a matter of getting him he already knew what he wanted. He walked in the door, I want this. So my job as a coach was to explain it to him in a way he hadn't tried yet, because it wasn't lack of effort. The guys on tour, it's never lack of effort.
Exactly.
They're putting in rep after rep after rep, and they're trying, because they know how good the guys are on top.
Exactly.
It's easy to measure the top 5 guys. I'm not one of them yet. So we worked on some things, between me and him, but we worked on some things, and all of a sudden he just went, oh, yeah, my ball that's what I wanted to do. And then I'm like, okay, that was good. Then I just kind of let them do their thing.
Yeah, you give them their North Star.
I don't think I've been very, very fortunate to have worked with a lot of the best bowlers in the world the last 10, 15 years, and I've never talked about their hand to any of them. You think I got involved with Tommy Jones in that release? I just got Tommy in the right position. That release was pretty magical. When I worked Anthony Simonson, like, if we just get the hand in the window, you got as much magic hands as I've ever seen.
Yeah, you can do it.
I don't even want to know what you're doing, but it's pretty cool what you're doing. Can I ask you how you did that?
Yeah.
But I've never said this is what your hand should do. I mean, those guys are all, from Walter Ray I work with to Barnes and all those guys, Meek and those guys, I never said a word about their hands. If their body positions are correct and they get their instinct or their feel right, then their hand does what they want. So it's a very tricky thing to teach.
Yeah.
And it's a very important thing.
Absolutely.
The release, the part where it comes off your hand, it's the very last thing you do, so it can't be the most
important.
Yeah, because it's the very last thing. It's only responsible for the last 15 feet.
And it's such a quick, short window that how much could you really be doing in that time?
So then if you take E.J. Tackett and you tear it down, I talk about the release window and all my stuff I do. I think between the knob on your foot, whatever that's called, the bunion, for one-handers, to about 3 inches in front of your foot.
That's the window we're talking about.
That's the release window of every one-hander in the world.
How quick do you think that window passes?
Oh, it's not quick, but it's who uses the right spot. The best bowlers use the back of the window.
Yeah.
And they turn it less, and they turn it later.
That's it.
Tackett doesn't do what everybody here. I walk in the door, and everybody can tell me what E.J. Tackett does. I'm like, so you're talking about the guy from Indiana, glasses, bowls every TV show. Just wins, just had a kid, right? Yeah. So are you willing to bet he doesn't? I'm willing to bet he doesn't do what you just said. Oh no, da 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 da. Like his elbow's like at this. I'm like, no, it's not. And they're telling me, I'm like, well, I got him on video. I've worked with him on Team USA. Here it is. Oh, yeah, look where he's turning it at the end. His window, at their release window, the back of it.
He's not turning it nearly as much as they think.
But he's turning it at the same spot in that window better than anybody else right now.
Exactly.
So his accuracy through the front, because turning it less and turning it later creates two things: accuracy and break point control.
Yep.
I believe so much in break point control, I put my name on it.
Yeah.
Because the arrows is where you measure accuracy. Break point control is where you measure score.
Where you're going to really make a difference. Yeah.
The guys who can control the break point are always the best bowlers with today's bowling balls.
Yeah. I love it. Next question. What's the best way to determine when you need to move out of a zone on the lane or you need to change a ball? I think I know.
As soon as you start giving the ball instructions. Keep my shoulders up. Don't turn it early. Okay, don't get it right early. Keep your head up. As soon as you start giving yourself that little list of things that you need to do to make the ball work, you need to move or switch balls. You know why?
Ball don't have ears.
Ball don't have ears, baby.
I've been here a little while.
Yep. So people start doing that stuff. So they're like, and it's never lack of effort. I mean, I've never had a bowler yet. I've never had to ask to try. 100% effort for 15 years. Beautiful job. I never have to ask anybody to try hard.
Can I add an addition to that too?
What's that?
Feedback. What are you leaving? Is the ball?
Well, to me, it's like that's why I'm such a big believer in the Baker box. Why I came up with it, to give a bowler a reference point. If your ball's going through the tape and it's not doing what you want, it's not a guess. Oh, I have the wrong ball in my hand. I'm getting 9. I can't throw it any better between the tape. I'm splicing the Baker box at 45 feet, flat 10, solid 9. Okay, you got the wrong ball. No matter what I do, it won't get to the tape or it won't hook by the tape. I'm in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
So part of the teaching the Baker box is not so much where you're playing because there's 3 things. I want you to be accurate. I want you to have a very consistent release. More importantly, I want feedback. The hardest thing for bowlers is feedback. Yeah. Now, as a bowler myself, I wasn't the best because I was like, yeah, I did this wrong. I did this. I can always tell you why I'm not going to move.
Yeah.
But invariably, when you're bowling good, like, oh, I threw that pretty good. I'm just going to move. I always had my best sets in league when I would start with like strike Greek church or double Greek church. Like, oh man, I'm not lined up. What the hell?
I'm not lined up at all.
Struck every ball in practice. First one you get in, it lays off. Next one you throw pretty good. Then the third one you ace. Like, I'm not even close. I got to move. Then I move after the Greek church. Then I shoot 820.
Yeah.
The worst thing I could do in league is start with the front. The first thing I do, if I start with the front 4 in league, that's 650.
The day I bowl at 820 mark.
I bowled a few. I bowled a lot of 750s. But I was always going by the feedback. Oh, I threw that really good. Oh, I'm not even close to being lined up. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Because you warm up, you throw it, you think you're throwing it good, then the heat comes on. Then your tendencies, I kind of thumb them, I miss in. I like to throw it hard. Oh, that didn't working.
Yeah.
So there's what warm up is when you're throwing it pure. The lights come on is when you're throwing it for real.
I just stopped warming up a little bit to try to save some of that for that.
Yeah, so that usually people aren't moving with the wrong ball or in the wrong zone is that they don't have a good feedback system to tell them to move. Because sometimes you can't throw it better. There is no better.
What would you say the checklist is for the top 3 things on feedback you would focus on?
Did I hit my target down lane?
Did you hit your target?
In balance.
Are you
so
in balance?
Every shot you throw, you got to rate.
Yep.
I'm a big A-, B+ guy.
Got you.
And I'm never an A+ guy. Yeah. I think throwing A+ shots is the worst thing you can do.
You probably throw one of them every.
When I bowled league, if I threw 3 a night, that was a good day.
I was gonna say one of them a game.
Because the nights I would throw 8 A+, I never bowled good. Because the other 22 shots felt so bad. Yeah. I'm like, where did that come from? That's not normal.
You're trying to chase perfection.
Yeah, so I'm trying to throw A-, B+. That was pretty, because that was my rating system.
Exactly.
That's pretty good, which meant I aced. Which mean for a bowler, that's world class.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That's as far as it went. Ooh. And then with the bad shots, to me, were so bad I laughed. I never got me like, wow, that was really bad.
Oh yeah, I laughed
Holy
at that too.
Shit,
I think it's hilarious.
So
it's such a big difference.
I rated them. So if I said, hey, I threw that pretty good, like that hit what I was looking, and that didn't do the right thing, I'm either moving, switching balls. Now in my generation, we move more than switch balls.
Got you.
Or the last 7 years I bowled league, I had 1 ball.
Did you hit your target? Balance?
No, I was in balance. Did it go over my target?
Okay.
Then then it's time to move.
Whatever. I got you. Okay.
Or another reason I move. All 7 guys on the pair went through the nose.
Yeah, they all went through the nose.
All guys in the team, all guys. I'm not going to confirm that they just in the middle of that frame they broke down. I'm pretty sure I'm moving 2 and 1 or 3 and 2 left. I can make the 2 pin. Yeah. Can't make that big 4 just yet.
It's not a coincidence when everybody goes through the nose, right?
They all can't throw it bad in the same frame.
Yeah. Okay, next question, and this is our last one. I always enjoy the content, much appreciated. What types of off-lane conditioning are recommended for bowlers trying to establish a balanced physical foundation for their approach and execution?
Strong core and legs.
As a league bowler entering more tournaments with more games, 5, 7, 10, or more, I noticed the impact of fatigue on my approach/release as games go on, and I'm curious if there's anything else I could be doing off lane to improve my conditioning and endurance.
I think walking or running, who knows how that works running anymore, but a lot of legs, core, and then to get good at bowling a lot of games is reps.
Yeah, just bowl a lot of games.
Yeah, when I used to bowl on tour, the week before the tour started, I would bowl the 40. I would go down to Champion Lanes and I would do the 42 games in order. I'd practice on Tuesday. I'd come in on Wednesday, bowl 6 in the morning, have lunch 6 in the afternoon. Thursday morning, bowl 6 in the morning, have lunch, bowl 8 in the afternoon. Friday, I'd bowl 8 in the morning, have lunch, have 8 in the afternoon. I would bowl 42 games. So then when I went to the next week, it was not a lot of games. Yeah. I would always mirror the tournament the week before the tournament, and my record the first week was always pretty good.
Practice how you play.
Yeah, I should have worked on the TV show part a little more.
Yeah.
I never thought about, okay, now I'm going to come back in on Saturday and just bowl one game. I never did that. Who knows? But I would always mirror that. So then that first week, a lot of guys, it's a lot of games. Like, no, I just did that.
I related to always, other sports because played other sports, obviously. Daniel Marshall was a mentor of mine growing up. It's like dad played for his teams. When he played for the Cavs and he was on the tail end of his career, and for those of you that don't know Daniel was a bona fide three-point shooter. Right. He tied Kobe with the three-point record at one point. He would literally in practice sit for 45 minutes, 45 an hour, get off of the bench, shoot 10 threes, sit back down, and that was kind of like his veteran.
That's how the game played for him.
Because that's how the game was. He had to. You're watching an NBA game, you're watching somebody sitting on the bench, you need a three-point shooter in the game.
You got to come off this bench.
You got to come off and be able to shoot this thing.
Right. So he emulated exactly how that's what I tried to do.
And I would, hear that
so
now.
So to me, core, legs, and then you just need a lot of reps as a bowler because you're going to get to, if you bowl good in a tournament, you're going to get to game 5 or game 8 or game 10. You've got to have your hand, and the only way to get your hand rep that many reps is just throwing a bowling ball.
To do it. There's nothing else really that you can
do.
You
can get strong with a kettlebell, and you can get arms and triceps and forearm strength, and but it's really how the flexion of your wrist and how strong these little tiny muscles are in your hand, your grip strength, that kind of stuff. That's where bowlers always had pretty good size, pretty good hand. If you shake hands with a pro bowler, you kind of know it.
Yeah,
they're pretty strong in the hands.
For sure.
So that's to me, parts of it are just reps.
Yeah,
the best bowlers always bowl the most.
And when you're not in bowling shape, that's when you start to notice those.
When your legs aren't good and your core's not strong, you'll get tired.
Yeah.
Because the 70-30 rule, the legs are in charge. So once your legs aren't
in
charge, then you can revert to your shoulder. So you'll notice the balance gets worse, my accuracy gets better, my consistency of the ball motion down lane isn't what I wanted.
And your core would tie all of those together.
Just being strong and being in shape.
Yeah, so core exercises out there, lower body exercises, walking, get your endurance in. I'd probably jog. Maybe even the elliptical wouldn't hurt,
all that stuff's good.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Mark, as always. This has been another excellent, I feel like, addition to the questions. I do like us giving some examples, that was
great.
Some of these questions as well. Might have to start doing that.
If they ever put the pins in the ceiling, you're world class.
Yeah, I mean, hey. That's what happens when you practice without a ball more than you do with a ball.
If you want to do it, people have a hard time. But what you did was very typical.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's almost to the point. It's almost every time. That's why, just throw a ball at me to feel your arm without a swing. Oh, okay. Then I can feel where your arm is. Like, okay, here's this piece here is why you feel this piece.
Why
here.
you're early.
Right. Because you pulled it up, so conversely, got to pull it down. And when you pull it down and move your head forward, that weight transfer gets onto your left leg, so it's not your right leg as the power source. Then your shoulder goes, let me take over, and then everybody blames the hand.
Yeah.
You turned it early. And then you turned early, your shoulder went forward, your thumb had to go with it.
Giving myself a push away and allowing gravity.
Just getting it like helps. A swing set. Yeah. How do you start a kid in a swing set? A gentle push. I'm not going to say go have a giant push away, but if your elbow can move your hand 2 or 3 inches forward, just get it softly like this, you stay tall, and this comes back soft, getting your legs ahead of your swing is pretty easy.
It gets easier, for sure.
And then all of a sudden, when you get your legs ahead of it and you're in time and balance, like Bill O'Neill is the best thing I've ever heard of all the people I ever coached. When I'm in time, I have time. That means your legs are ahead of your swing. And I know when I was on the Pro Bowlers Tour, when he said it, it immediately, reverberated for me. It's like, oh, those are the weeks where you're like, where do you want me to throw it?
Yeah.
I want you to hit 14 and a half, no problem.
You're going to hit it every
And the other
time.
weeks, like, where do you want me to throw it? Well, I want you to throw 14 and a half. I'm going to throw it, but it ain't going there. I don't know why, but it ain't
where
going
it's
there.
going.
Now, luckily, I didn't have a whole lot of weeks like that, but I had
Yeah.
plenty where it literally would not go where I wanted. And then the 120 weeks I made the finals on tour, 80 of those, I could kind of throw it where I wanted it because I had so much time because my timing was good. Hitting a target became like, that was easy.
It feels like it slows down.
Every
it
sport
literally
feels like it slows down, right?
And when they say they have time, guys, they mean you're almost waiting on it.
So everybody talks about having a soft hand. So if you're not in time and you don't have the time, your hand can't be soft.
Yeah.
So what happens is, that's a good thing. I have time. So when you have time, you make the window longer. So you turn it less and you turn it later at the endo. When your hand is quick, you make the window shorter.
You can't.
So if the window's short, you've got this little tiny window and you got to do all these things in that
missing
window.
it.
The window's too short to do everything.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to hit accuracy first and then add the rotation. If the window gets shorter, either the accuracy goes out the window or the rotation goes out the window. But if the window's longer, like Tackett, he's hitting his target, hitting his target, adding rotation. Now I got accuracy and shape.
I love the way
if you make that window short, which one are you going to have? Am I going to have accuracy or am I going to have a release? But if the window's too short, you can't have both.
Can't have both. I love that. That's a good thing to end on. We are at our time, but thank you so much as always. Make sure you guys check out markbakerbowling.com. We got some really exciting things on the way for you guys. I'm loving this education train that we're on, and I think bowlers are getting a lot out of this and learning and growing at a rapid pace. I think even just some of the things that we talked about at the end there, literally some of those small things we're talking about can change your average 30, 40 pins. No lie.
Yeah, and you guys have really done a good job of changing my outlook on this. Like before, okay, let's do it. Now I'm like, all right, what are we gonna do the next one? It's really been fun. I mean, the people come in or the emails I got about the chamois, the people were so nice. I just want to thank you all. The reasons why they bought them weren't just, they said some really nice things of what we're doing and helping and those types of things. So that was really, really cool. So this whole social media way of coaching and getting to more people, my stated goal is to help the most bowlers. So if I have helped 30 or 40,000 people in the last 15 years doing what I do, in the next 10 years, I'll be 75. I'll probably be done by then. So if I'm 75, so instead of helping 40,000 in the next 10 years, what if we help 400,000?
Yeah.
It's because the people that get better in bowling don't quit. So if people get better and don't quit, USBC benefits, the manufacturer benefits, the proprietor benefits, the pro shop benefits, and the manufacturer benefits.
The sport benefits.
So if I do my job well, all the entities in our sport do better.
We take care
so
of
when that all happens, then I have more opportunity to help more people. So it just kindly runs. The next thing you know, I've had a pretty good career.
Well, I absolutely love this. Thanks to you guys out there. We are getting upwards of 300,000 to 400,000 views a month. So keep on sharing, keep on telling, your friends. If you guys really want to get out there and bowl and, continue to stay in the sport, we believe that we are the home for you learning everything that you need to know.
Well, first you got to buy into my coaching
lane.
style. And I'm the first one to say there are a lot of coaches out there that know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
I just have my own style. As a bowler, always find the coach that makes sense to you.
Yes.
I'm super intense. I'm loud. I'm into it. I don't really want to hear.
I am completely biased.
There's a lot of good coaches. Of good coaches. Just find the one that makes sense to you.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm asking. There's a lot of coaches out there. My goal is not to be the best coach. My goal is to be the busiest coach.
Shout out to all the coaches
all
out
the
there.
coaches. We're all trying, man. We all want people to get better. We all just go about it a little bit different.
And we all want to see the sport grow. So
100%
thank you
correct.
so much for buying in and watching this video with us guys. Until next time, shout out to the crew. Anything else you want to give the people out there, Mark?
I just keep sending the questions in. Keep watching. When you guys show up and you can say me to me, it's pretty wild. So
yeah, let's see who can give Baker the best Baker bars when they come in for a lesson. And
pretty wild.
We'll relay that Baker bar
to
the
wild.
best one that he hears.
Yeah.
I think that's a good challenge to put out there. Until next time, Mark, shout out to the crew. Thank you guys as
Thanks,
always.
Guys. Be safe and have a great holiday.
Clean up crew. What you gonna do is the clean up crew. Come on through to the clean up crew. Throw them balls, I hope you do, with the clean up crew. The clean up crew.
What's up, crew? It's Rich TV here, and if you or a brand that you may know are interested in sponsoring any of our videos on this channel, make sure you reach out to us, cleanupcrewbowling@gmail.com. We would love to have you. We have some spots open, and we want to continue to grow this game of bowling that we all love. So if that's you or a brand that you know, feel free to reach out to us. We do have sponsorship slots available. It can be per video, it can be a package. We're open to it. So just reach out, and see you guys soon. Until next time, shout out to the crew.